When I read a book, do I hear a voice reading it in my head? Is it my voice or someone else's? So when I read a book, the narrator is usually me in my head. It's usually my voice. And then the other characters, I kind of assign them voices. And what's kind of funny is sometimes if a character reminds me of somebody I know, I will imagine that person's voice. And I actually have this pretty nifty ability. I can imagine anybody's voice saying anything. Like anybody I know. Even anybody I don't know. I can imagine Finn Wolfhard saying pizza on pineapple 10 times right now. I'm hearing it. Like it's in my head. And where this gets useful is that I can also hear anybody who sings. I can hear them sing something that they've never sung before. Within reason. There are some limitations. For example, I would struggle a little bit if I tried to hear somebody who sings in one language. If I tried to imagine them singing another language, that's a little difficult. But otherwise, I can imagine somebody singing something that they've never sung before. And where this gets useful is when I am doing scripting and line distribution in group songs, especially for By the Beat. Because I tend to take the lead on most of the organization for any music stuff that we've done so far. Whenever we have like a live event, things like that, I just naturally fall into that spot of taking care of most of the scripting and everything. And when I do it, I do actually hear them in my head singing the line. And that's how I'm able to ensure that it sounds good without actually having them sample it for me. Is that the default? I don't know, because I've brought this up. And I find that not everybody can actually do this. I find that whenever I've explained this to people in the past, some people have been very surprised. They're like, oh man, I wish I could do that. That'd be so convenient. Yeah, that is how I personally do line distributions. I go through it. What I do is I will listen to the song with the instrumental. And in my brain, I will kind of sing it as each person one at a time. So in the context of By the Beat, I'll run through it in my head 3 times, and then I'll sing it myself a 4th time. And I keep a memory of like, okay, which ones did they eat? What was the best for each person? And then I keep that in my mind. And then I just try to go through on a basis of even distribution as much as I can get it. Do I ever listen to a song and act out a scene in the song? I don't do that as much these days, but I did it a lot when I was a little kid. When I was a kid, I was pretty much the only kid in class with an MP3 player. Everybody else had like iPhones and stuff. But my dad did not want me to have a smartphone. So I had an MP3 player, and he only put specific songs on it. He put songs from the 80s on it, and he put Kids Bop covers of more recent songs, not the actual versions. And whenever I would listen to those songs, I would imagine cinematic videos in my brain. I remember this is genuinely the goofiest thing in the world. I remember I would imagine, in particular, I would listen to the Kids Bop versions of Bad Romance was one of them. I would imagine a cinematic music video between me and my crush at the time. Is this like a normal experience?